When have you stood at the crossroads of your heart, where duty calls from one direction and love pulls from another? Where righteousness demands action, but your soul trembles at the cost? Welcome to GitaSahasram. On the sacred field of Kurukshetra, where destiny and dharma converge, a great warrior stands frozen. Not by the enemy's arrows, but by the arrows of his own heart. Arjuna, the mighty archer whose arrows never miss their mark, now finds his hands trembling. His divine bow Gandiva, companion of countless victories, feels heavy as a mountain. Before him stands an army. But these are not strangers. These are his grandfather Bhishma, his teacher Dronacharya, his cousins, his friends. How can duty demand he fight those he loves? His charioteer, Shri Krishna, watches silently as Arjuna's warrior spirit crumbles. The same hands that once lifted the mighty mountain Govardhan now cannot lift a weapon against his own blood. In today's world, we face similar battles. The corporate executive torn between profit and conscience. The doctor choosing between hospital policy and patient care. The parent balancing career ambition with family time. Arjuna's voice breaks the morning silence. Krishna, my limbs fail me. My mouth is dry. My whole body trembles. How can I kill those who deserve my respect? His bow falls from his hands. The greatest archer of his time sits down in his chariot, overwhelmed by sorrow. The armies wait. The fate of kingdoms hangs in balance. But Krishna, the divine charioteer, sees deeper than the surface. He sees a soul ready for the highest wisdom. Sometimes, our greatest breakdowns become breakthroughs. In the Bible, we find similar guidance. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Divine support comes to those who face moral crisis. Buddha taught the middle path, not extreme attachment, not extreme detachment, but balanced action with wisdom. All great traditions guide us through moral confusion. Krishna begins to speak. His voice carries the authority of eternity. Arjuna, you speak words of wisdom, but you grieve for those who should not be grieved. In our modern workplace, we face Arjuna's dilemma daily. The manager who must lay off loyal employees. The whistleblower who risks career to expose wrongdoing. The leader choosing between popular and right. The wise grieve neither for the living nor the dead, Krishna continues. For the soul is eternal, unchanging, beyond birth and death. Think of a government officer who discovers corruption but fears for family safety. Or a doctor who knows the truth about a treatment but faces institutional pressure. Where is dharma then? Krishna reveals the secret. Your right is to perform action alone, never to its fruits. Let not the fruits of action be your motive, nor let your attachment be to inaction. This is the moment of divine awakening. The crisis that seemed like destruction becomes the doorway to liberation. Arjuna begins to see beyond the battlefield of flesh to the battlefield of principles. In our lives, this transformation happens when we stop asking what will I gain and start asking what is right. When we move from self-interest to service. Krishna explains dharma is not just duty, but right action in harmony with universal law. Like a river flows naturally to the ocean, dharmic action flows naturally from an awakened heart. The young professional facing workplace harassment, the politician offered bribes, the student pressured to cheat, all face their Kurukshetra. What would Krishna say to them? Stand up, Arjuna. Krishna's voice thunders with divine authority. Cast off this weakness of heart. It does not befit you. Shake off this petty faint-heartedness and arise. But Arjuna needs more than commands. He needs understanding. Krishna, I am confused about my dharma. I surrender to you as your disciple. Please guide me. This is the key for modern seekers too. When ethical confusion overwhelms us, surrender to higher wisdom. Not passive surrender, but intelligent surrender to divine guidance within. Krishna then reveals the deepest secret. I am the eternal principle operating through you. When you act according to dharma, you become my instrument for cosmic order. The social worker fighting poverty, the teacher inspiring students, the entrepreneur creating jobs, all become instruments of divine will when they act with dharmic consciousness. Moral courage, Krishna teaches, comes not from avoiding difficult choices, but from making choices aligned with eternal principles. Fear dissolves when we act from dharma, not desire. Think of Mahatma Gandhi facing the British Empire, or Martin Luther King facing injustice. Their strength came not from personal power, but from alignment with universal truth. As Krishna's teachings penetrate Arjuna's heart, the warrior begins to understand. This battle is not about victory or defeat, but about upholding dharma in a world torn by adharma. In our daily battles, choosing honesty over convenience, courage over comfort, service over selfishness, we too can find this clarity. The Gita speaks to every heart that seeks truth. Krishna's final message echoes through time, abandon all varieties of dharma and surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. This is not passive fatalism, but active faith. When we align our actions with dharma and surrender results to the divine, we find peace in action and purpose in duty. Arjuna rises. His hands steady again. Gandiva feels light as a feather. Not because his doubts vanished, but because his understanding deepened. Duty performed with divine consciousness becomes devotion. For us today, this transformation means facing our moral challenges not with fear, but with faith. Not with confusion, but with the clarity that comes from dharmic understanding. The Gita teaches us that every crisis contains the seed of spiritual growth. Every moral dilemma is a doorway to higher consciousness. Every difficult choice is a chance to choose dharma. Whether you face workplace politics, family conflicts, or personal struggles, remember Arjuna's journey. From confusion to clarity, from despair to determination, from human weakness to divine strength. The battlefield of Kurukshetra exists in every human heart. The choice between dharma and adharma presents itself daily. Krishna's guidance remains eternally available to those who seek with sincere hearts. So when you face your Kurukshetra moment, remember, courage comes not from the absence of fear, but from right action despite fear. Dharma is not always easy, but it is always right. Let Arjuna's story inspire your own dharmic journey. In every choice, see Krishna's guidance. In every challenge, find spiritual opportunity. In every duty, discover devotion. The war was won not when Arjuna picked up his bow, but when he surrendered his ego. Victory comes not from defeating others, but from conquering our own lower nature through dharmic action. May the eternal wisdom of the Gita guide your path. May Krishna's teachings light your way through every moral challenge. May dharma be your strength and devotion your joy. Hare Krishna.